Well, I'm back again. Alive at 5 at Alive at 5. No, Amazon live at 5:55 p.m. Central Time. Yeah, I got to get my stuff straight, right? Anyway, I tried to go Amazon live a little earlier, didn't have too much luck in my kitchen. Didn't have a great signal. Signal went out. It was a disaster. In fact, I crashed. I came back to life, crashed again, and then I got cut. So that was it. Then I tried again to see if I could get it going. I got it going for a little bit. Got a pretty good Amazon live a little earlier. And then next thing you know, man, it's almost 5:55 again. So got a bite to eat. Got a quick bite to eat. Well, I tell you what. Let's see. Is it here? Yeah, I tell you what. I almost ate a tamale. I wanted to eat a tamale. There's a tamale manufacturer out of Southern California, Rio. Oh man, I can't think of the name. But anyway, Southern California, they make a great, awesome tamale, just like I like it. But I came up with the idea is, how about if I just eat one of these? I always talk about these. This is a Member's Mark nut bar. It's got cashews, almonds, walnuts, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and dark chocolate. It's 190 calories, but it's good. I mean, the deal is you're gonna get a heavy dose of fat, but it's good fats. It's the fats that your body needs. So there's many a times where I eat one of these, two of these, three of these. Man, you could eat a lot of these. These are great, awesome, fantastic. So I didn't have time to eat the tamale. I was running out of time, so I just went eat one of these, and yeah, you see the wrapper fell on the floor. You see? Oh, there it is, empty wrapper. Got to pick that up. All right, a little earlier, I had someone talk about microwave oven. Their microwave oven broke, and they're thinking about getting another oven. And, as far as I'm concerned, the air fryers are great. That's great. The fryers are great. It just depends on what kind of food you're dealing with. It depends on how you like your food. But I just use this as an example. It's always good to have a microwave. Microwave technology is not expensive. You get a little microwave for under $100 that does a great job. Super fantastic job. This is an item that I really like. Ajinomoto. Let's see. All right, there we go. Ajinomoto chicken fried rice. It's awesome. It's fantastic. It's one of the best-selling entrees. And they have a 9-ounce bag of rice, chicken fried rice, that just happens to have some bacon in it. No wonder it tastes so good. I saw it on Unwrapped on the Food Network back in the day. Mark Summers is the guy that used to do the narration on that. But yeah, I saw it. I'm pretty sure it was Unwrapped back in the day, and they put bacon in there. That's why it tastes so good. I used to crunch the numbers on Nielsen. I used to get the Nielsen data for the frozen food department, and let me tell you, that product sells great. But one day, coming up for the Amazon live at 5:55 p.m. Central Time, I was short on time, but I wanted to get something to eat, so I took that 9-ounce chicken fried rice in the microwavable bag, threw it in the microwave for 3 minutes, and man, talk about a perfect entree. Of course, I could easily eat two, but you got to back off a little bit. You got to try to back off. One thing good about me doing these Amazon lives, when I do it for 2 hours, I'm not eating, but I'm not moving either. So in a way, it's kind of good, but in a way, it's kind of bad. I got to figure out how I can get my exercise while I'm doing this Amazon live. That's what I was trying to get in the kitchen, because in the kitchen, I can move around a little bit, stand up. I think eventually that's what's going to happen. I'll get that kitchen lit up, and I'll be able to do it out of the kitchen. But I got to make sure that internet signal's right. I got all the juice coming in. I got it. You need 3 to 5 megabits, whatever, of upload speed to have a pretty good signal. 3 to 5. You should have 10. 10's recommended. I got 52. I mean, I'm kicking. I'm really kicking. But when it's not working, it don't do you no good, right? If you lose your power. In fact, my house in Metairie lost the power today. I don't know why. Just lost the power. Entergy sent me a notice. Your power went out. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but the good thing I got the notice that said your power went back on, because it's hot. You don't want to lose your power in a day like this. It's hot. If that AC is not running, that's not good. during this time. Hey, the other thing, air fryers. Right out the get-go, wait, let me think. When I first got started on May 1st, I did the first Amazon Live with Calvin. I talked all about Fitbit. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Fitbit. I lost 51 pounds in 17 weeks. I got a great story. I mean, that's an awesome story. I know if I wanted to lose 50 pounds, I'd be listening to somebody like me, because the good thing about it is if I tell you the story and you try to do the same thing later down the road, you might not want to lose 51 pounds. You might only want to lose 10, but at least you could ask me questions later down. You could go ahead in the chat and say, hey, this is the deal. I've been wearing my Fitbit. I've been running and walking and stair climbing and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not losing any weight. Then I'm going to say, have you been keeping track of what you eat? And then I know what most people are going to say. Nah, I just kind of estimate it. Well, if you don't write it down and if you're not exact on it, you're not going to really know if you're making progress or not. So that's the other deal. But anyway, when I first started talking about the Fitbits, that's what I was selling. Fitbits and Garmin's and Samsungs and Apples, all of them. You talk about a category, you sell the whole category. That's exactly the way I like to do things. Man, that's fun. I like to sell the whole category. When I used to sell skillet meals, it was the same thing. I'd go out and talk about this is the great thing about the skillet meal that I'm selling. But I'd also tell you about the fact that the competition has a skillet meal that they do really, really well. And this guy does really well. And this guy does really well. But the ones I do well. And I tell my story about that. But I tell the whole story about all the different things, the whole category. You just want a piece of the business. That's what it's all about. The thing is, the best thing to know is all the details about all the things when you make that decision. So the deal with the Fitbit is just like anything else. If I'm talking about the Fitbit and you have an Apple Watch, I'm sorry. If I'm talking about the Fitbit and you have an Apple computer and an Apple phone, you could get a Fitbit. No question, but there's a higher likelihood that you might get an Apple Watch. But it does the same thing. It's kind of the same thing. It's a different app. It does things differently. I wish that I knew all four of them, exactly how it works. Then I could kind of tell you the differences. But it's all basic. Hey, the main thing you want to know when it's all said and done is how many calories did I burn? And I want it accurately. I don't want it way off. I want it accurately. But I think these guys are getting better and better and better and trying to figure out what the deal is. So anyway, I talk about that. So one of the other things, I can't just talk about Fitbit for 3 hours. Can't do that. Got to talk about some other things. And what I talked about was an air fryer. I had a friend that bought an air fryer. He said it was good. It was a Ninja air fryer. Ninja air fryer was good. So I started talking about it. And then other air fryers sold. So it's the same thing. Talk about an air fryer, you're going to sell air fryers. So this is a great item. This is an item. This is a company I actually worked with for a little while. This is an awesome item. If you never tried it, you got to try it. I mean, if you like spicy. If you don't like spicy, okay, you're out. All right. You don't like spicy. If you don't like spicy food, then maybe you're out. Now, if you like a little bit of spice, this still might be in your ballpark, But anyway, this is great. And the reason I know is because I used to crunch the Nielsen data. This was the number one item that they have. They have an orange chicken and they have a sweet and sour chicken, but this is the one that rocks. And for me, I love this one. This is, man, it gives me some competition when I think about the chicken fried rice that I just showed you. And then I talk about the blackened chicken Alfredo that Zatarain's has. I got to think, which one I'm going to eat? So that's what it comes down to. There's, as far as I'm concerned, this one's great. The one I just showed you is great. And the Zatarain's blackened Alfredo. I don't have it with me, but you've seen it. It's been out there. So all of those are good. But hey, look, when it comes to an air fryer, this is the perfect entree for an air fryer. This is the perfect air fryer for a microwave. This is for an air fryer. So you kind of have to if you really love food and you like it at its best, it's good to have different ways to cook it. So this one, you get a crispy chicken with the kick, the sweet and the heat, the sweet and the heat. With this one, man, that's it. That's it. Now you could also put it in an oven. You could put the product in an oven. You could also fry it. You could do all that. But you gotta have the stuff to be able to do to make it great. And that's what I talk about. Hey, look, I'm getting back to the live stream. Just see if I'm still in. Okay, I am. I'm connected. A while earlier I had difficulties, but today I'm doing okay. Hey, look, I put this up in the carousel because I think it's a great item that I saw for $29.99. You got a chopping board of Louisiana. If you're from Louisiana, it's a great chopping board because we love our state. I don't know about you. I like maps. I like looking at maps. And you start wondering, how long does it take to get to Baton Rouge? How long does it take to get to Lafayette? How long does it take to get to Shreveport? You always asking that question. You always reliving the trip. But the thing with this company is that they do all the maps. All the maps. So all you got to do is hit that Louisiana. Click the Louisiana chopping board. And you're going to see all the other 50 ones. The 50 ones. And you might, the one that you live in, you might want that one. You might want the Alaska one. You might want the Florida one. But I think the Louisiana one is pretty cool. They got the ones with the map and they got the ones with no map. I want the map. The other thing too is that you can stick it on your wall. You can put it on your wall if you're like back in the day when I had a brokerage business where I called on South Louisiana and Southern Mississippi. Man, I would have loved to have had those two chopping boards, one Louisiana, one Mississippi, because that was the territory I covered. Sometimes I went up to Jackson to do a food show. When it came to Louisiana, I went as far as Baton Rouge. That's as far as I had to go, Baton Rouge, and all the way to Lake Charles, kind of in the southern part. So that's kind of where I spent my time. But yeah, that's cool. No matter what you do, hey, look, no matter what kind of business you have, if you cover Louisiana as a territory and Mississippi as a territory, you can stick those two chopping boards up on the wall. And if you need to do some chopping, you got it. If you need to do a party and you want to have something fancy, I think that's fancy. That's cool. That'll get some looks. People will ask you about it. Hey, where did you get that from? You got it from Amazon. Hey, check out Randall. Yeah, just go to his madeInUSAFoods.us. That's what you got to do. Because that's all I talk about, Made in USA Foods. Hey, look, I'm going to talk about this. I haven't said much about it. Well, let's see. I'll just, since I have my camera, I'm going to go ahead and do it. This is La Casita. This is out of Texas. I get all kinds of different food items sent to me. And this is some salsa from Texas. La Casita. They do a chip too. They do the red chili. They do the green chili. And they do the chips. I've done giveaway. Oh, they do some pickles too. They do some spicy jalapenos. And they do some some pickles that are really good. Some like a bread and butter. I think it was bread and butter pickle. I'm not sure, but anyway, that's out of Texas. So I got Texas stuff coming in. Hey, this is what I got from Vermont. This is Butternut Mountain Farms. You could get Butternut Mountain Farms. I got it in the. Hey, it's right there. Oh wait, look at that. It's right there. Right there. Hold on. Butternut Mountain Farms. They sent me this. This is nice. This is real nice. I love it. I haven't even used it because I wanted to use it as a prop. So this is my prop. So I still have it. Hey, look, I go to shows all over the country. Look, I talk about pistachios all the time. Look at that. Look at this. Look, going nuts, crack down on stress. And then this wonderful pistachios. GetCracking.com. Hey, but this is good. Hey, maybe that's what I need to do. Work on my grip strength while I'm doing my Amazon Live. Oh, you think I got one? No, I got two. Look, wait. Let me show you. Wait. Here it is. Get cracking. Look, I got two of them. Look. Yeah. So hey, this is not easy, by the way. This takes some takes some exercise, no doubt. Some fuel. You got to burn some fuel to do that. But anyway, it's not just about me talking about food. I've been to shows where they've had, big booths and they've had their promotions and they definitely got my attention. One thing Wonderful has done, man, when I was a kid, they had the pistachios that were, remember, they were dyed red. And I used to see them at like this place called Sears, Roebuck, Sears. Used to go to Sears, and they used to have that deal where they had the cashews and they had all the nuts in like a warmer section, and then you used to scoop it out by the quarter pound. And then you were hoping that you would get some, but you never did because they were expensive. Well, I never did. Maybe you did. I don't know. But, oh, man, those things were great. Fantastic. But, yeah, the pistachios were red back in the day. They used to dye them red. But now they're made in California. It's a product of the USA. It's in California. That's why they're doing a great job of selling pistachios. I gotta buy them in the shell, because if I buy them peeled, I'm going to eat too many of them. They're high in calories. They're good for you, but they're high in calories. So you got to be a little careful. Hey, so the pistachios are good, but also this. Look, here we go. We got the red beans and the black beans. These are good. I never ate black beans until I got married. My wife is from Venezuela, and they eat black beans. So I started eating black beans, and I found out that, man, those things are good. I didn't know. I never ate black beans. I eat white beans. I eat pinto beans. I ate lima beans, but I never ate black beans until I got married. And then I ate black beans, and I said, man, these things are good. They are good. But I still think when it's all said and done, I think we still eat two-thirds, maybe 75% red beans over the black beans. But we do eat black beans. In the last dish that my wife made, they were good. And I told her, and I asked her, I said, which sausage did you use? And then she told me she put like 3 different kinds in. Whoa, I can't duplicate that. Yeah, 3 different kinds. But I have a feeling, I'm just saying, I think one of them was Polk's out of Mississippi. I started selling sausage in 1985 for Bar S Foods. 1985 started selling sausage. And there's a lot of sausage manufacturers down here. You got Manda out of Baton Rouge. You got Sawa out of the Southwest, and you have Richards. I'm going to say this. I say it every once. Sometimes I say it, sometimes I don't. I just want to tell you, Richards makes some good boudin. The smoked one is the one to have. The smoked boudin. Hey, let me go a little further. Earlier today, I ate some Zumo's boudin from, I think, I'm not positive. I'm thinking it's from Beaumont, but I may be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But anyway, it's from Texas. But the Zumo boudin is pretty good. And all that is a dressing. All that is a dressing in the sausage casing. And that's Louisiana fast food, because when you're going from Louisiana to Texas, you could stop on the side of the road and get you some hot boudin. You could eat it while you're traveling down the road. You see, you won't lose any time. You don't have to. It don't take long for them to serve you, because it's coming out of a rice cooker. It's nice and steamed and hot, and you can eat that while you're gone. That's Louisiana. Not too much on the eastern side of the state. Not too much over here, but on the western side of the state, you better believe it. I even went down to Thibodaux, ate some down there. Was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week or the week before. Maybe the week before. Yeah, I guess it was the week before. Yeah, they had 4 kinds of boudin. They had red, they had hot, they had mild, and they had crawfish boudin. The crawfish boudin were great. It was loaded with crawfish. That was good. But the thing that surprised me was the beef jerky from Bourgeois Meat Market down in Thibodaux. Talk about good. It was good. That place has been open since 1891. I guess they know how to make it. It was really good. I almost didn't buy any, but the girl that was working there said, you got to try it. And I said, okay, I'll try it. It was good. Very, very good. All right, let me check my carousel. Let me see. Okay, here's the Butternut Mountain Farms. I put it in the carousel, and I'm selling some maple syrup from Vermont. You see, I'm selling some Vermont stuff. How about that? Butternut Mountain Farms. It's got 5 stars. People must love it. 5 stars. It's got 9,686 reviews for maple syrup. You got to be kidding. So this must be an item that does really well on e-commerce. They get the good stuff. Get the good stuff sent to your neck of the woods, wherever that is. Hey, I'm not in I'm not no clothes expert or anything like that, but my wife bought some pajamas, and she said, man, I love these pajamas. she said they're great. She didn't know. You know when you order clothes, you don't know what's going to happen. So she bought these pajamas and she was like, wow, they're really, really good. I like them. I got to order 2 more. So she ordered 2 more. So now she's got 3 sets of this pajama at $25.49. And I thought that was it, but now she said she want to get the other colors. She want to get all the colors. So I guess I'm just saying in her mind, she loves it. So that's just an example. That just happens to be my wife. She likes these pajamas. She said they're really nice. She loves them. So anyway, passing that on. That's all I can do. I'm not no pajama expert for sure. That's just an idea. You hit the pajamas, you see a whole bunch of other pajamas. Okay, what happened to the printer here? What's going on here? Okay, I don't have a printer. Well, I usually put a printer in, but I don't have the printer. But you get the picture. That's an HP ink cartridge. Is that the combo? That must be the combo where you got the colored ones and the black one. Here you go. I just recently ran. When you have to make the print, when you have to get a copy of something, that's when your printer says, "Oh, I can't make a copy unless you put some more toner in, or you put a cartridge in." Okay. So what I did was, let's see. I think it was this one. I think it was yellow. I don't know. I don't know exactly. All right. So it said, I'm not making no prints unless you put the yellow one in. So I did. And then just a few days later, I'm not making no more prints until you put the magenta one in. So then I did. And then a few days later, I couldn't believe it. Boom, 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 all in a row. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Then it said it needed the cyan. So I put the cyan in there. It didn't ask for black because I think the black was okay. But it won't print unless you have it. So you always have to keep track of how much, how many, if you got some backup, you got to keep track of your inventory. Speaking of keeping track of your inventory of printing documents and copying documents and all that kind of stuff, you also have to keep track of your batteries. Just recently, my mouse went haywire, man. I kept on, I opened it up and twisted it, twirled it around, and then it would work for a couple more hours, and then little by little, dying. And then I just got tired of it. I said, oh, let me go get some. Oh, here it is. Here's my old battery. Oh, no. I got my old battery somewhere. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here. You hear them? That's my old batteries. That's my old batteries. I said enough of that. I don't know about you. I like my wireless mouse. I don't want to do that thing with the pad. That's hard. That's aggravating. That don't work too good. I mean, you use it if you got to, but if you got a pretty cool mouse, that's what you want to use. Okay, so the battery don't work with the remote to switch the TV. Man, you're out of luck. If you can't switch that TV, then you messed up. So you need your batteries for your remote. You need it for your mouse. But if you get a hurricane and you lose your electricity, like I did today, by the way, at my other house, the electricity went out. Good thing it wasn't daytime. I mean, it wasn't nighttime. It was daytime. But guess what? If it happened at night, you need flashlights to get around. Okay, so just take inventory. Being that hurricane season started, don't worry. We might get the brunt. If you live in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, and North Carolina, we get the brunt. But unfortunately, we share it with the rest of the country. It ends up going all over the place, and it causes havoc. Like flooding and thunderstorms and stuff like that. And guess what? You could still lose your electricity. You don't have to get a dead hit by a hurricane to have problems with electricity. Hey, a generator comes in handy too if you could get that, if that's on your wish list. But anyway, whether it's AA, AAA, 9-volt, C's or D's, it's a good thing to look at. And then, by the way, those smoke detectors, they take the 9-volt. That's a good thing to make sure you have. I don't know. I'm in a house with a whole bunch of smoke detectors. And I sure would like to know the guy that put the one right in the staircase to where I can't reach it. I don't have a 6-foot arm to reach it. That's crazy. Why did he have to put it there? I don't know. Anyway, Jelly Belly. I like to always talk about Jelly Bellies, and that's for one reason. Jelly Bellies are an example of variety. You could have 49 or 50 different flavors of Jelly Bellies. But what about if you like flavor number 12? What about if you like flavor number 12 so much that that's the one you want? Well, guess what? You're not going to get it at the store because they're not going to handle it probably. They'll have the variety packs. They'll have the sour packs. They'll have the sweet packs. They'll have the tropical packs. They'll have all those packs. And then they may have a few flavors. But if you like that off-the-wall flavor, you're not going to be able to get that one. I'm just saying that you have on Amazon, you just have a high percentage chance of being able to get exactly the flavor that you like. And the funny thing about the jelly beans that I could tell you, when you talk to people, I guess they're like me. I like all of them. I'll eat all of them. But if there was one I would take out, it would be the licorice. But I eat it. That's fine. It's got enough sugar to keep me happy. I'll eat them all. No problem. I'll eat them all. But some people, they love licorice. They love it so much that they don't want the other 48 flavors. They just want licorice. Well, guess what? On Amazon, you can do that. You can get that one flavor and get it delivered to your house. Now, if I'm going to pick, I want to take buttered popcorn or cinnamon. If I could get buttered popcorn or cinnamon, that's right up my alley. That's what I would do. I changed up the carousel a little bit so it had something different in it because, oh, man, there's just so many things. When you got millions and millions of things to choose from, that's a lot of territory. So I switch it up, but a lot of times I keep the same things in there because it's always something that you got to worry about. One thing I got to do, and I got to try to do it within the next couple of days, I got to get the air conditioned filters out and go clean them or order some new ones. Because guess what? The air conditioning's working back to back. It's working. It's putting in the hours. And guess what? If it's dirty, I don't want to kill the air condition because it'll kill it if it's too dirty. So anyway, if you need an air conditioned filter, just go ahead and click it into the Amazon, and you'll see what you'll see what you got or what they got. Look, this is just an example, a 20 by 20 by 1, but you probably don't. There's a good chance you might not have the popular size. You may have the size that you can't find. So reduce your stress. Okay, I know this says going nuts, crack down on stress. Yeah, that's what it says. You want some stress? Go to the store and try to find your air conditioning filter. They're going to have every one except yours. That's going to cause some stress. And then you get to go to another store. So anyway, you could order it that way. That just decreases the stress a little bit. Hey, look, in Louisiana, we're always in southern Mississippi too. That's what I'm talking about. Louisiana, Mississippi. That's my whole life. Louisiana, Mississippi. I got a Cuisinart. Oh, this one. Oh yeah, this is the one. Okay. I put the $99 Cuisinart because, man, that gets the job done. That takes care of the celery and the onions and the bell peppers and disintegrates it. That's how I like it. I like it pulverized. Then you make your gumbo, your jambalaya, or your red beans and rice. But when I talked about the $99 one, the one that sold pretty well was the $229 one. Wow, man, that's pretty good. There's 8,453 reviews on it. It looks like it's got about a 4.4 star rating. So that's not too bad. But look, that's a lot of reviews for that particular appliance. So if you want to make some red beans or white beans or pinto beans or whatever, that's a good thing to get. I looked through my, at first I didn't know what I was selling in the first few weeks. I didn't know, but sooner or later I got curious and I started digging and, oh, here it is. Here's all the stuff that I've been selling. And some of the stuff I've been selling is TVs. Hisense. This one's $349. It's got 4 stars. 4 stars out of 5. But the deal is, that's what's been selling. I'm just telling you what's been selling out of my cart. Okay. The other one is a Hisense 55-inch. It's been selling too. That's 2 of the TVs that's been rocking. There's another one in here too somewhere. I'll find it. I went ahead and put the DeWalt drill in here because I think the drill with the power pack, I think it makes a great gift for $99. And it's a DeWalt. And it's got 21,318 reviews. That's a lot. So, hey, that's a pretty good deal. Okay. Father's Day's coming around the corner. I got to put the Fitbit Sense. That's what I have. Okay, hold on. Let me get this. Let me show you. Hold on. I'm going to show you. I got so much stuff over here. I got to make sure I don't fall. This is what you get. This is the charger that you get, right? This is the charger. It goes into a USB, right? Okay. I'm going to show you how easy it is. See, I'm taking my Fitbit watch. It's got a band. It's got a band that's pretty nice. It's easy to clean. You clean it pretty easily. Look how easy it is to charge. Let's see if I do it right. I don't know. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. See? Snaps in there. That's it. Okay, now I want to know. I'm going to let it charge while I'm not staying here and not burning any calories. Let me see. Let me see if I get it in here. And it says I got 75% battery, okay? Watch how fast it's going to get to 100. I'm just going to leave it there. Let's see if I don't forget about it. I might forget about it. Okay, but anyway, that's the Fitbit Sense. I bought the Fitbit Blaze 4 years ago on July 15th of 2017. I wore it for about 3 weeks to get used to it. Now, then I realized this is for real. This thing works. Man, it's accurate. Wow, I can't believe it. So anyway, I decided I'm going to knock off a few pounds. The best I had ever done in my life was 30. So I figured, well, let me see if I could do 30. Will I get there? I don't know, but I'll settle for 20. If I could get 20 down, I'd be happy. 115 days later, I was down 51 pounds in 17 weeks. That's 3 pounds a week. That's a lot of pounds for somebody like me. I was 214 pounds. I got down to 163. Was it easy? No, it wasn't easy. Are you kidding me? It wasn't easy. I was burning 35 to 3,700 calories a day. 35 to 3,700. At that time, I was taking care of my dad. My dad had Alzheimer's. He was a handful. My wife took care of him and my son so that I could go do some stair climbing, so I could do some walking, and she made it possible. I was able to do it. 115 days later. Can you imagine down 51 pounds? It's a lot of pounds. But it was all about burning the calories and weighing the food. Is it fun weighing the food? Hell no. Oh. Hell no, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to do that. But that's what you got to do. Okay, I don't have the scale. I used to have the scale all the time to show you, but I had an Eat Smart scale, and that's what I used to weigh my food. Now, I weigh food all the time because you see when I used to analyze frozen foods, I used to take this and I used to weigh how much egg, how much onions, how much, whatever. And I used to use that scale, and that scale worked really good. Same thing with this. I used to take this, weigh the sauce, weigh the chicken. That's what I used to do. So I was really happy with that scale. You don't have to spend the money on that scale. You can buy that scale, or you can buy one that's relatively inexpensive. They got some as low as like $10 or $11. But go ahead and weigh the food. Okay, let me see. Where's my bars? Okay. Back then, 4 years ago, I was on this one. Oh, I got it upside down. That's not going to work. I didn't think it was right. Anyway, it's got 9 grams of fiber. It's oats and chocolate. It's pretty good. I ate it for many years. But the deal is, if I was going to cut my calories down from 3,000, who knows? Maybe I was 32 or 3,500. Who knows what I was, but I went down to 1,500. But I had to make sure if I'm going to eat 1,500, I got to make sure I eat better than I did before. So I started the day with this. That's 9 grams. You're supposed to eat 25 to 30 grams a day. So, sometimes I ate 2. And then the deal is if you ate red beans and rice, like I always talk about, then that's even more fiber. So then I had the possibility of getting to the 25 or 30 grams of fiber that you need a day. Because I sure wasn't going to get it eating or drinking a green smoothie or eating a salad, because I'm not a salad guy. I'm a meat guy. I like chicken and beef and pork and shrimp and catfish and crawfish and crab and stuff like that. I'm not into the salad deal. So I'm not gonna get that fiber. So that's the way I gotta get it. Okay. Hey, look, I got a few samples here. I just want to show you. Hey, look, I always talk about community coffee. That's always in our house, because my wife is one of those that loves this coffee, and she drinks it every day for like the last 35 years. She doesn't change. This is her coffee. So if we run out, we're in trouble. I'm in trouble. Hey, this is one of the things I like. Okay, it's not healthy, I know, but it's good. It's not overly spicy. I mean, it's not, really, really, really spicy to where some people are going to say, oh, man, I can't eat that. That's too much. But anyway, I just happened to have that. I thought I would show you. You know what I've been doing? Of course, this is not probably not healthy either, but I've been eating Funyuns, the onion rings with the cheese. That's good. I had a friend that brought me the new Tabasco barbecue sauces. So you see, Tabasco's in the barbecue sauce business. Now they're real big into the hot sauce business. Now they're in the barbecue sauce business. Man, you talk about a crowded feel. This is the honey barbecue sauce. This is probably the one I would probably prefer. But they got some with a little heat. Is it this one? This one's jalapeno mesquite. This has got 1 pepper, so this is not too bad, but it's jalapeno. I'm not that big in the jalapeno. I like cayenne. That's my pepper. And then this is the one. This is the one that's got a little heat. Oh, no, it's not this one. Okay, this is the original one. I'm going to have to go back. This has got 2 peppers, so this one's a little hotter. I'm going to go back. Let's see. Must be the first one I picked up. Yeah. Habanero jerk barbecue sauce. This one's got 3 peppers, so this is the hot one. But this is Tabasco makes their stuff in Avery Island, Louisiana. That's where the Tabasco is. And Tabasco's all over the world. Everybody knows about that. And I don't. It's kind of hard to graduate from a Louisiana high school if you haven't been to the Tabasco plant. You got to go to the Tabasco plant. Almost everybody does. But anyway, we've been doing that for a long time. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. They make it the same way they've been making it forever and ever. Okay, let me go to my carousel. See, I'm kind of getting off. See, I'm just talking about food all the time. That's what I'm doing. Okay, Fitbit Sense. Here we go. Here's the box. I found the box. Here's the Fitbit. See, that's the Fitbit Sense. I showed you the charger. I showed you the watch. That makes a great gift. The price is right. It's $249. When I started doing the Amazon Lives on May the 1st, the highest price I've seen is $299. It lived at $299 for a long time. The lowest price I saw was $239, and it was there for a very, very short period of time, maybe 2 days or 1 day. But the $249 price is a great price. So if you want to pull the trigger, that's a real good trigger to pull right there, $249. And the reason I talk about Fitbit is because I just showed you I own it. That's what I'm wearing. That's what I'm working with. Oh, here's a Works cordless string weed eater with the blower. I don't know why. And I put this in this carousel. This is what I did. I put the best-selling items that I've sold, the best-selling items out of my carousel or whatever, are guys that know me or connected to me or view my videos or whatever the deal is. This is what they're buying. So that's the Works. So like 5 of the top 25 items have been weed eaters. So that's what I'm saying. After selling food for 45, being in the food business for 45 years, it's hard to believe that now I'm selling a bunch of weed eaters. How about that? Okay, so anyway, I'm going to the Traeger grill. Hey, if you like smoked meats, and look, there's gonna be a lot of cookouts this summer compared to last year. There's gonna be a lot of get-togethers and stuff like that. If you want to smoke some meat and do a good job with it, the Traeger grill is a pretty good grill to have. You could smoke everything with whatever wood that you want. There's like 5 or 6 different wood pellets that you could buy from Amazon, have it delivered to your door. But man, you talk about that makes all the difference. I like stuff that's smoked. I do. That's me. Some people don't, but I do. My favorite cheese, imported cheese. I'm going to say imported cheese. My favorite imported cheese is smoked Gouda. Smoked Gouda. I love that. Smoked. And what did I just tell you? I told you about Richard's Boudin. My favorite Boudin is smoked Richard Boudin from Church Point, Louisiana. Okay, since I'm talking about all the time Fitbits, I got to give Apple a little time, right? So I'll put the Apple Watch in here. This one's $299. So if you have a if you have an iPhone and you have a laptop, then it probably makes a lot of sense to go with the Apple Watch to have the set, right? Probably makes sense. So that's probably what I would do. I'm just saying that the idea of keeping track of what you're eating and what you're burning is a good thing. Regardless if you're losing weight, gaining weight, or just keeping it the same. It kind of gives you an idea whether you're staying in shape or not, getting better. It's always better to get in better shape than to get into worse shape. So when you start let's put it this way, you're wearing your watch and one day you look at it and you were in excellent shape. And I don't remember what the deal is, but let's say it says excellent, and then all of a sudden your score went down. Well, sometimes that's the wake-up call to start getting busy again. Maybe I fell down. Maybe if I go and check it, I might not be happy with what happened there, but I'll have to work on it. Hey, look, we're going into hurricane season. The best time to get a generator is at the beginning of hurricane season, not after. So if you're interested in that, here's one. Here's one that did real well for me, so I'll put it in there. Don't have to sell many at $900. That's a wish list item. That's not an everyday item. Hey, I put this Samsung TV because this sold real well. That TV's smarter than my TV because my TV was smart back in 2012, but can't match that one for sure. So that's a pretty good TV. And then the Samsungs match up with your phones if you got a Note. I got a Note. Hey, look, here's a little Weber. This one did well at 469. The Webers, I tell you, the overall ratings are really, really well. They have, man, they got a fan base. They got a big fan base. I went to Chicago and I was passing a restaurant, and the restaurant had like a 20-foot Weber grill. I still got to call them up and I got to call the restaurant and say, hey, can you tell me how tall that Weber grill is? Because I know they know. I got to find out. I'll find out. I got to find out. Hey, John, if you're listening, remind me to call him. I got to call him up, find out how big that grill is. That grill is huge. I'm driving, minding my own business. I was thinking, hey, I'm going to go eat. And then I found this big Weber grill, huge Weber grill. So I figured I'd go eat there. I didn't know that they had more than one. They got like 4 Weber grill restaurants. But I'll tell you what, on Unwrapped, one episode, they went into the plant and they showed you how they make the Weber grills from Unwrapped back in the day. 2 weeks ago, I decided to put this kayak in the carousel. I didn't know it was going to sell, but it did. It sold well. I couldn't believe it. I'll probably keep it in. I got 40 spots. I think I'm going to keep it in the carousel for a while because it's doing well. It's really doing well. Look, it's got 16,978 reviews, and it looks like it's got a 4.2 or 4.3 star rating. So whoever's buying them is liking them. One thing, you can see them coming with the yellow color. I'm colorblind, so I love fluorescent yellow because I can see yellow. There's some colors I don't see too well. Hey, this is a Weber grill. The one that's real popular is the one that's $219, but this one at $329, it's selling pretty well for me too. It's got 995 reviews. Looks like about a 4.2, 4.3 rating. Hey, I threw in this Westinghouse generator in too. Why not? It was selling well. I'm just putting the ones that are doing well for me. That's what's selling, the Westinghouse. So I'll put it. And if you're wondering why I got all these weed eaters in here, it's because they're selling. That's why they're selling. The people that watch my videos, they're buying. This is what they're buying. Here's a Black & Decker combo deal. So if you got it goes hand in hand. If you get the weed eater or the weed whacker or whatever you want to call it, you need a blower too, right? So they sell the two, $129. But this one, man, you talk about if you're buying this one, this is definitely a wish list item. But man, if you got this one, man, you're knocking the weeds out. 740 reviews. It's got a 5-star rating, so it must be, man, it must really knock them weeds out. That's probably what I need. I hate the weeds. I don't know about you. I love cutting the grass. I hate doing the weed eater deal. Because, sometimes you start knocking down things you're not supposed to. I got situations where I don't know what's the plant and what's not the plant. So I don't know. Somebody got to tell me. Now, if you tell me just knock everything down, then that's easy for me. And then I got the Black & Decker at $96. I think that's the one that does really well. It's number 2 behind the Works. But the Works is the one doing the business. Oh, here's the HP. See, I had it out of order. I got the HP printer. It doesn't matter. Hit the HP printer in the carousel. It's going to bring you to all the other HPs. And then you get the one you want. There's a bunch to choose from. You got to think about it. If you got kids that might go to school, that are going to college, or you have to face facts that you might lose your printer. They might take it with you. And if they do, you're going to have to replace it, get another printer, because you can't do it without your printer. You've been having a printer for how long? And then they take it down the road. So if they take your printer, you need another one. So start looking, because that printer that you think is yours may not be for long. And then look for the cartridges at the same time. You don't want to run out of cartridges. See, all these are. My son said, throw them away. They're no good. Well, they make great props. So I could show you I could show you exactly which ones I got. The 951 XL. Did I know it was the 951 XL when I went to the store? No, I didn't. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's so much easier just to order it on Amazon. Okay, Black & Decker. I started out when I did the portable air conditioner. The first one I showed was the Winter 14,000 BTU unit. I showed that one. That was the first one I showed. But then I found out later that I was selling the Winter 14,000 BTU portable air conditioner, but at the same time I was selling a bunch of the Black & Deckers. It's the ones that are $299, $329. There was one, I don't know if it's this one. They got so many of them, but there's one that does the heating and the cooling. That's pretty cool. So then you could use that unit all year long. And you don't have to stick the big heavy thing out the window. You don't have to worry about the thing falling down the ground. If you're on the second or third floor, you just stick it the window, stick the hose in, and get the hot air outside. That's what you got to do. All right, here's another one. Oh, this is the one right here. This is the one right here. The Works WG163 GT 3.0. That's the one that sells really, really good at 105. 105, that's the one. So I told you you saw 5 weed eaters, okay? Those are all rocking and rolling. Look, out of 25 things, there's like 25 things that I picked out. And 5 of them are weed eaters. So what's that tell you? Man, they're selling. Now the other thing that's in there is laptops. But you sell one of these and one of those, and there's all kinds of laptops to sell. It's kind of hard. You only need one, right? So later on down the road, I'll be able to talk about laptops a little more, but it's a little slower. But wait till August. They're really going to rock. I'll put the HP Envy. I'm an Excel spreadsheet guy, so I'm always going to go with the wide deal to look at the spreadsheets. That's me. So that's the one I'll put there, but you hit the HP and you'll see a whole bunch of other ones. Some people like little computers. One thing I hated being on the plane with the 17.3. That was awkward. Trying to be on the plane and try to do things with the 17.3. It would have been so much easier to have a little laptop on the plane, but you can't do your spreadsheets with the little one. You need the big one. That's the one that makes it easy. Then I'll put the Apple MacBook in here. That one's $949. The other one was like $2,500. So this is the one that's selling really well for me anyway. That one. And then what else I got? There's the other. There it is. You see that's the other one. That's the one you put on your wish list. Look, it's got about a 4.4 star rating, 4,454 reviews. Yeah, that's a great computer if it's in your budget. If it's not in your budget, go ahead and put it on the wish list for later down the road. One day down the road, you might be able to get that. Here's the Apple MacBook at $1,149. So that's a lot more affordable. Right now, just I would say just track the prices until the day that you need it, which may be real soon. Okay, Father's Day. Back to Father's Day again. You got the Bubba knife set. You got 4 different knives. 4 different knives. You got the handle that's interchangeable, and you could fillet a bunch of fish pretty easy with those knives. And then you got the case. So $88 present for Father's Day. Now, if you want to go with the electric version, the electric knife version, some people like electric knife for doing their filleting their fish. If that's the case, that one's 120. That's what I saw. Last time I saw it was 120. But go ahead and hit Bubba, and it'll put you over there. In fact, here it is. You see, I forgot. I thought it wasn't there, but it's there. The Bubba cordless electric knife at 120. Look, it's got 5 stars. So the guys that are buying it must really like it. Look, I don't think it's a 4.8. It looks like it's a 5. It's solid yellow, isn't it? I think so. 120, 56. There you go. And then everybody has this one on their wish list. I saw it at $4.99. I don't know what happened to the price, but the price is not there right now. So what can I say? That's not there. But it's definitely a wish list item. And here's the Ninja air fryer that I talked to you about earlier. This is a good way to go ahead and put if you got a chicken item with sauce, go ahead and cook it with an air fryer and then mix in the sauce later. That's the way to go. I would say. Hey, look, I even had some room to put some Alabama and Saints hats. Yeah, that's going to happen this year. We're going to have games to go to, and might want a new hat. You see, my hat's been through the ringer. It's old. It's been around, but it went through 4 great seasons for the Saints. They did good. They won more games than any other team in the league. The only thing is they didn't get invited to the big dance. Yeah, they didn't make it to the Super Bowl. Maybe later down the road, we'll see. Hey, look, I'm going to go ahead and put my website up. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put my website up. And then I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it with you. Let's see, right here. I got to try. I'm getting better and better at all this technology stuff. I'm not doing too bad for 60 years old, I don't think. Yeah. There's nobody to do it. I don't have no director or editor or anything like that. I'm doing everything myself, so I'm doing the best that I can. Okay, just so you know, I don't know. Is my hat wrong? Is it crooked or something? I don't know. I'll straighten it up there. Look, just so you know, StreamYard is the platform that actually allows me to do the lives. So I do lives on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, that kind of stuff. But when it comes to lives on Amazon, you got to use an Apple phone. So everything that I need is on the laptop. But when it comes to Amazon, I got to look on the phone. So that's why I'm always looking on the phone to do everything. But this is what I'm trying to try to find me on Amazon. This is the best way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger, and I'm going to go on out here. Here's the deal. If you go to madeInUSAFoods.us or madeInUSAFoods.com, I just recently bought the .com site. So if you do either one, you'll end up at this site. You'll see me and my son. Yeah, my son still wears Alabama gear. He loves it since Nick Saban's at Alabama now. He likes Nick Saban, so he follows Alabama. Okay, so if you see us there, you can click this, and this will bring you to Amazon. If you click this purple bar up here, they'll bring you to Amazon. If you go to the menu that's always on top, look, go to Amazon Store or follow our Amazon Lives. And look, as you go down, look, you see that bar stays right there. Look, you got a bunch of Amazon stuff. Look, all the stuff's from Amazon. All you got to do is click it. If you're interested in that Instapot, look, you just click it. If you're interested in the community coffee with chicory, you click it. That's it. It'll bring you to Amazon. You'll be able to see everything you need. Okay, so you see how that bar stays there? Look, I'm trying to get it to stay there. Look, see right here, look, home blog, go to Amazon Store, go to Amazon Live. Okay, so you could click it here, or you could go here and go to the store. I try to add a bunch of different things. I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, look, you see the Instapot right here? This is a great way to make red beans and rice, New Orleans style, because we make red beans and rice when if we're not making gumbo or jambalaya or making a fried shrimp po' boy or fried oyster po' boy. If we're not doing any of that, we might be making red beans and rice with sausage. Okay, so this video right here has been seen by millions of people. This video is definitely a very popular video, and it gets shared by so many different people. So here you go. Instapot, red New Orleans style red beans and rice. Here you go. Don't forget the sausage. I like a lot of sausage. And don't forget the bay leaf. Always got to add that bay leaf. You can even buy the Instapot in a Star Wars version. Yep, they do. They make one. And it all comes out the same. So whether you're doing red beans, white beans, pinto beans, whatever, that's a great way to do it. All right, that's what I'm talking about. We eat that all the time. That's usually in Louisiana. We usually eat that on Mondays. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll show you the other one. Since we're talking about beans, let me show this other video. This hasn't been seen by millions and millions of people, but it's a pretty good video. By the way, look at the chicken in the background. I wish it was in focus so I could see it, because I love fried chicken, Southern fried chicken, and of course cornbread. Cornbread's usually Jiffy. Jiffy's the brand that sells all the cornbread mix. They sell an unbelievable amount of cornbread. That's what you eat with. That's what you eat with your beans, cornbread. Here you go. Here's red beans video number 2 by Camellia Brands out of Harahan, Louisiana. You always got to add that bay leaf. Looking good. All right. That's typical New Orleans. Now you can't go wrong with the cornbread. Now here's one more thing. Since we're on the bean subject, I grew up in a town called Thibodaux, and we eat a lot of white beans down there. So here you go. You got white beans and shrimp. This is some good stuff here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the white bean from Camellia Brand out of Harahan, Louisiana. All right, here you go. You could use a food processor for that. Chop it up. I like the pulverized stuff. That's the Great Northern white beans, not the Navy, in this video. Heavy cream. And check out those shrimp. Oh, man, that's good. Shrimp season's getting ready to open in Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama. That looks good. Works for me. Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, if we're not cooking beans in New Orleans, we might be making some crawfish bread. If you ever had a chance to go to the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, one of the popular items out there is crawfish bread. Now, this is not exactly the same crawfish bread that's at the festival, but this is something that looks pretty good to me, for sure. This is by Blue Plate. Blue Plate's owned by Riley Foods, and that's family owned. out in Louisiana. Very popular mayo in my neck of the woods. But check out this crawfish. If you like crawfish or lobster rolls or something like that, you'll enjoy this video. And you'll like the music too, I think. The music's great. Here we go. Now they're putting it in the oven. Showtime. There you go. And then I'll show you one more. This is by Riley. This is Riley Foods again. But this is the fried shrimp po' boy. That's the way to go. Here we go. I'm going through it. We're getting through. Here's the fried shrimp po' boy. For many years, I sold roast beef, Cajun style roast beef, and roast beef's a big deal in New Orleans. But I still think that fried breaded shrimp po' boys is the way to go. Oysters do well too. But here you go. If you like fried shrimp, which a lot of people do, you'll enjoy this video. Here we go. That's pretty awesome to me. Look at all those shrimp. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Look at all the shrimp they're putting on that sandwich. No wonder that sandwich is good. Looks like it's all ready to roll. Blue Plate Mayo. New Orleans, Louisiana. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm going to go back to here. Let's see. Oh, how about here? Yep, I'll leave the sandwich over there. All right, let me check my carousel. Let's see, where did I leave off? Let's see. I went over to the weed eaters and the air conditions and the hats. Okay, here we go. I went ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put I put the pure protein bars in there. They really do well. They're high in protein. They're kind of low on fiber. I wish the fiber content was a little higher, but 28,239 reviews. That's a lot of reviews. And these are good. I got to tell you, they are good. But one fiber bar that I ran into that I really happen to enjoy is, and I'm looking for, where is it? Where is it? It's here somewhere. I'll get it. See, I was eating this one right here. Yeah, it's a chewy oat and fiber, a chocolate bar. It's got 9 grams of fiber. This is good, and I ate this for many years. But General Mills, which owns Fiber One, they came out with this one. It's even better. It's got chocolate and caramel. Man, when you got something that's healthy and then you got chocolate and caramel on top of it, yeah, that works. So the fiber content, you got 8 grams of fiber, but it's almost like eating a candy bar. It's almost, I mean, I'd rather eat a Reese's peanut butter cup or something like that for breakfast, but you're not supposed to do that. You know that. That's not the way to go. But this is healthy. This is a great item. Try it. I'm telling you, you'll like it. Especially if you like chocolate and caramel, you'll definitely like it. So that's what I put in there. I'll put this in I put this in my store. If you go, I'm going to go ahead and look. I'll go ahead and look at the store. Well, I'll tell you what. There's one more video on here I'm going to show you, and then I'll head out to the store. Let me go right here. I wanted to go ahead and show you, since it was a real hot day today. I mean, a real hot day, right? Real hot day. I'm going to go to the, well, this is a good day for water, right? Yeah, of course. Evermore water. That's produced in Covington, Louisiana. And they invited my son to go visit there. We did a video in the Evermore plant. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, I told you French Market was old. Look, 125 years old. New Orleans Bowl. But I was going to show you, and you know that when I did the poll, I think I read that to you a little earlier, that the number one tea was sweetened. Sweetened tea is number one. Green tea was second. But this is Louisiana tea, and she knows how to put the tea together, so this is what she knows. And I'm sure you're going to love her real strong Southern accent from Alabama. I don't have a strong accent, but she does. All right, here you go. She's going to make some Louisiana tea with some ice.
Hey, I'm Christy Jordan of SouthernPlate.com. My family's lived in Alabama for the past 9 generations, and today I'm going to show you how we make our sweet tea. Southerners are known for our sweet tea, and with very good reason. We drink it all day long. But you just about got to have a nice glass of iced tea to get you through our summers down here. To start with, all we're going to need is some tea bags, some sugar or whatever sweetener you use, and some water. Then we're just going to use a plain old pot. I'm using Louisiana tea bags. They have a really good southern flavor to them. It's that perfect sweet tea flavor. But you can pick up another brand if you can't find these. Just look for Orange Pekoe, which is a nice black tea. And if you look, even this is specially blended for iced tea. On the signs it says ingredients, Orange Pekoe, Pekoe cut black teas. That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to show you how to make 2 quarts. Normally I make a gallon, but I realize that some people may not go through as much tea as we do. So I'll just show you how to make 2 quarts here. We're going to take 5 of these regular sized tea bags, and I'm just pulling off the little tags, and I'm going to put the bag string and all, just toss it into my pot here. Okay, now I've got, oh, this smells good. I love the smell of tea. We have 5 in here. Now I'm just going to pour a little water. And you know, there's not a certain recipe. Just pour 2 or 3 cups of water, be fine. If you pour 4 cups, that's fine. We just want to get some water for our tea to boil in. I'm going to put this on my eye and put it on medium to medium-high heat. What you want to do is bring that to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we're ready to make our tea. Alrighty, our tea is all done. What I did is I just brought it just to a boil, and then I removed it from the eye. Now I'm ready to make my tea. But if you want a stronger tea, you can let it sit in that pot and steep for a little bit longer. And if you'd like a little weaker tea, just don't use 5 tea bags. Use 4 tea bags or 3 tea bags. This is really something that you need to play with to suit to your personal taste. It's very much the same when it comes to sweetener. I'm going to use 3/4 of a cup of sugar for a 2-quart thing of tea. Some people use a lot more, especially restaurants. So you might want it a little bit sweeter. Then again, you might decide that a 1/2 cup is good for you. So really take this recipe and play with it until you get the perfect blend of sweet and strong for your tea. Today I'm showing you how I do it at my house. Now, anytime somebody tells me that they just can't make good tea, it turns out they're always doing the one thing wrong. Everybody does the same thing. You add your sugar to your hot tea. This is a bad idea because it scorches your tea and it gives your tea a very bitter taste. And we don't want that. We want a nice smooth glass of tea. So what I'm going to do to prevent that is I always add some cold water to my pitcher beforehand, and then I add my sugar to the water itself. Then I go ahead and give that a stir. Once I pour in my hot tea, it's still plenty warm enough to dissolve the sugar, but it's not going to scorch it and give you that bitter taste. You're going to have a nice smooth, mellow tea that we want. So right at this point, you would add your sugar, 3/4 of a cup. I actually don't use sugar in my tea. I use either Splenda or Ideal. Ideal is my favorite because it tastes just like real sugar to me, but you can't actually get it where I live, so it's kind of expensive for me. I'm going to use it today though, because it's a special treat, right? Most of the time I use Splenda, or actually a generic version of Splenda. Ain't no shame in my game. The cheaper the better. So I'm going to use Ideal, and I use the exact same amount that I do when I use sugar. I'm adding about 3/4 of a cup. Put that in there, and I'll give it a little bit of a stir. And now I'm going to add my tea. And I've got my tea bag still in here. I'm just going to be careful not to touch the pot to the glass. This isn't a tempered glass jug here. So another reason why we don't want to add hot tea directly to the jug. I'll use my spoon to help push those tea bags back. See, doesn't it look wonderful already? Okay, perfect tea. And now, of course, give that another stir. And then we're just going to pour it over ice. See how easy that was? All you need for 2 quarts, 5 tea bags, orange pekoe tea, 3/4 cup of sugar. Boil your tea bags, bring it just to a boil, pour a little water over them, bring it just to a boil, remove it from the eye. Fill up your jug about halfway with cold water, add your 3/4 cup of sugar, and then pour your tea into it. Pour it over ice. We have perfect iced tea. That's just how I like it. If you like it a little sweeter, add a little more sugar. If you like it a little weaker, use 1 less tea bag. Just play with it. Just remember the tips and the little tricks that I taught you today. And most importantly, enjoy a nice glass of iced tea with your family this summer. I'll see you soon on southernplate.com. Bye-bye.
Yep, there you go on the tea. All right, what I'm going to do, let's see, here we go. I'm going to go on back to back to my carousel. I threw a few extra things in my carousel, so I figured I'd go through that. I put this Gorilla Cart. As far as outdoors are concerned, this Gorilla Cart carries 600 pounds of weight. That's pretty good. It's got some wide tires I guess, so that you could roll over the grass or roll over anything you want. I can tell you, my son's in a wheelchair, and when you're rolling it down the sidewalk and then you run into sand, guess what? It comes to a halt. So you got to have some big tires. You really do, in order to get down the road. And this one, like I say, carries 600 pounds. So check that out. I was asking my wife about furniture to see what she liked, and she showed me this particular Sophia and William patio set. She said she likes it, so I figured I'd go with her taste instead of mine, and this is what she had. But go ahead and click that, and that'll kick you out to the outdoor furniture area, and you'll see all kinds of things. Some things you'll like, some things you might not, but you might find something you want. And then I went ahead and I ran across this little giant ladder. Man, the ladder comes in real handy. That's something you put on your wish list. That's an expensive ladder, but look, it's got 5 stars. It's been reviewed by 10,697 people. Somebody, when they were building my house, they put the smoke detector right at the middle of the staircase. I can't get to it. I don't have 6-foot arms. But a ladder like that might come in handy to get to it. It's tough. It's a tough thing. It's something I got to deal with. Since I sold so many of the Works weed eaters, I decided to go ahead and put this Works item. This is like a 4.4 star rated. It's got 2,349 reviews, but it's $89. But it's a chainsaw that's not as intimidating as the big one. So it looks like that could come in handy for knocking a few branches down that you don't want, And then I ran across Flexilla. Flexilla seems like a pretty popular hose. It's got to be. Look, it's got 36,148 reviews at $35. So it's something to take in consideration. It's just a hose. There's no nozzle to it, So, but here I've been talking about 50-foot hoses, all week. So I kind of changed it up to a 100-foot hose, because sometimes a 50-foot hose won't do the job if your yard's bigger than that. My hose is 100 feet long, but it's that heavy-duty hose. And after the heavy-duty hose goes through a little wear and tear, it starts to, knot up and then stop the water from flowing. So that's definitely aggravating. Definitely aggravating. So this has got to be a lot easier to deal with, this 100-foot hose with the nozzle on it. All right, that's $42.97. And then I ran across a couple coffee coffee makers that are real popular on Amazon. That's the Keurig K-Cup machines. This is the larger one at $169, and this is the slim one at $79. So these two rock and roll. So I figured I'd put it there. There's a lot of people buying air fryers for a bunch of different products. So I figured I'd go ahead and put Louisiana Fish Fry in there. They make their product in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but they're the number one fish fry. They're number one fish fry. So in this case, they're doing an air fry, an air fryer type breading. So I put that in there. Now this is what they're known for. They're known for gumbo, like a gumbo mix and a jambalaya and all the etouffees and that kind of stuff. But go ahead and click that, and you'll see all the things that they make. That's my point. I put the crawtators in there because that's the crawfish flavored potato chips. I worked for Eastern Airlines back in 1984 during the World's Fair. Eastern Airlines hired me, but I didn't know that it was during the fair. That's all. That's as long as it lasted. As long as the fair was there, I was working at Eastern. When the fair was over, that was it. Everybody was gone after the fair because they brought in all the people for that event. And then I ended up working at Bar S Foods in '85. So I remember '85 I know it pretty well. Well, there was a guy named Ron Zapp, and the oil field business at that time was not doing well. And he was in the oil field business. So he got out of it, and he came over to New Orleans, and he decided, I got this idea. I'm going to make some kettle chips and flavor them like crawfish. Well, he was definitely an entrepreneur, and he definitely had a good idea. And what he used to do is he used to be, I guess, I'm just guessing, okay, standing at the corner of, if you know New Orleans, Airline and Clearview, or maybe it was Causeway and Veterans, and he stood there giving away crawfish flavored potato chips. Well, anyway, next thing you know, he's selling it all over the place. We loved it. Everybody loved it. It had a kick to it. Had a great taste, and it had a kick to it, and it was something different, and it worked. So the crawtator is well known in New Orleans, and I used to send that product all over the country, but I don't have to do that anymore. You could actually order it on Amazon, have it delivered right to your door. Hey, look, if you like food content, I do this all the time. I'm talking about food constantly. If food is what you're interested in, I might be a good guy to follow on Amazon Live. Just go ahead and hit that follow button. Just hit it. It's in the left-hand corner up at the top. Go ahead and hit it, and Amazon will let you know when I go live. And I go live a lot. You won't have any problem finding me, I don't think. I think this is like the 37th day in a row that I've gone live. I try the best I can to go Amazon Live at 5:55 Central Time, p.m. on the Central Time, so that you can find me. Anyway, that's the crawtators. That's my crawtator story. Does really well. The rest is history. They make it in Gramercy, Louisiana, in an old dealership building. I went to the plant. I saw them making the crawtators. Hey, look, one of the focus in New Orleans is when the news guys go out to the quarter, they always end up in front of Cafe Du Monde, because that's the place. That's the place where everybody goes to eat the beignets. And, man, the lines at the beignet place have been real long. So whether it's WWL, Channel 4, which is CBS, or WDSU, which is Channel 6, NBC, or WVUE, Fox 8 News, they're all at Cafe Du Monde doing the story about all the people eating at Cafe Du Monde. Hey, anyway, that's a place that everybody ends up. I've traveled the country, and I've worked with a bunch of people from all over the country, and this is what they end up doing when they come here. They go to Cafe Du Monde. So for Father's Day, you could give the kid away, the gift set. They could have the beignets. They could have their coffee too, and when it's all said and done, they got a nice souvenir cup. If I had that coffee cup, it would be right next to the computer here if I had it. I don't have it. Maybe later down the road I will. Here's the Weber grill that I was talking about earlier at 219 that actually rocks. 5 stars. It's got It's got a real good following. You know, it was ranked number 1 on the best sellers in the outdoor category. It was way up there. Hey, look, I found Trident cinnamon gum. This is, you know, I checked the price locally, and this is a pretty good price. So if you're a gum chewer and you like cinnamon, this Trident cinnamon gum is priced right at $15.80. You could get the spearmint flavor too. Now this is a deal here. I got to tell you, this is $7.11, and I got to tell you, that's really good. Wow, that's fantastic price. You know, if you like that, I wouldn't pass on that price. That is good. That is really, really good. Here's the spearmint. I didn't know I had the spearmint. I thought I had it, but the spearmint's there too. I thought this would make a great gift right here. This is a company out of Illinois that packs nuts. So what they sell is a nut case. So if you think your father-in-law or your father's a nut case, it makes a good little gift for Father's Day, a nut case. And then Top Fox Snacks. That's out of Illinois also. That's what they did was they took pumpkin seeds, which are kind of, well, I never ate pumpkin seeds. I've eaten everything else, but not pumpkin seeds because I thought it was kind of boring, you know? It was like when I used to see it, it was always blanched or something like that. But this is all flavored with all the different flavors, just like potato chips. They sent me all the samples, and the one that I really liked was chili lime. So you could buy the variety pack, and then you could figure out which one you like the best, and then later down the road you could buy exactly the one you want. Hey, I always talk about Texana brands. In fact, I gave 6 bottles away today on LinkedIn. I did a drawing. I got a little program that I can set up, and then it picks a winner, and it picked a winner today. And the guy from California won 6 bottles of olive oil, so that was pretty cool. Did a giveaway today. I do giveaways all the time. Atkinson is out of Texas. They do the Chico Stick. That's a peanut butter candy type deal. That's made in Texas. I figured I'd put it in there. And then Lamus, I don't know how you pronounce it, but they got some great candy coming out of Texas. So I thought I'd put it in there. So that's what I kind of focus on, product from all over the country, and I try to highlight the state that it comes from. And that's what I talk about. And if that's something that you have interest in, then just go ahead and follow me just hit the follow button on the left-hand side on Amazon Live, and you'll be notified by Amazon. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right here, and then I'll be back a little later down the road. You take care. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I'll see you later.